I'd like to introduce, I'm David Lee, the director of APAS, and from Laney College. I'd like to introduce the team that put all this together. And they really have worked super hard. We've been meeting weekly, 3 times a week this last couple weeks to put this on. So I want to recognize them for all their hard work. So they, yes. So our graduation planning committee includes Susan Kwong, Connie Tran, Christina Tang Rivera, Susan Trong, Pumi Sayavong, Loanne Nguyen, Angela Koo, Julie Se Chow, Nikki Chow, Cynthia Tang, Joan Su, Sharon Kwok, and the student leaders and assistants at APAS and the Society of Scholars. Please. We'd like to recognize some of the folks that are with us in the room today, including our Chancellor, Tamil Gilkerson, our Trustee, Louis Quinlan, our President of Merritt College, David Johnson, our President of COA College of Alameda, Pam Lester, and the President of BCC, who's not here yet, Denise Richardson, will be here soon. But thank you all for joining us. And of course, our president at Laney College, Rudy Besegoff. Now, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today, Roger Chung. So Roger Chung is a faculty in the Department of Ethnic Studies at Laney College. In addition to designing and teaching courses on comparative racial experiences in the United States, Roger is the founder and faculty lead of Restoring Our Communities. Roger's work is largely informed by his experience teaching ethnic studies inside of San Quentin and Solano state prisons, where he served as the lead instructor and curriculum designer of Roots, Restoring Our Original True Selves, a program that explored immigration, intergenerational trauma, and healing for incarcerated Asian Americans and Pacific Islander groups. Please welcome Roger Chung.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me. How's everyone doing in the back? Yeah, all right. So again, my name is Roger Chung. I'm from Laney College, and I'm so proud to be the inaugural keynote for our district-wide Asian American graduation. So thank you for having me. Yeah. Since I got asked to keynote, I prepared something, a little something, but I think for the first couple moments of my keynote, I just want to kind of speak to y'all from the heart. Is that all right? All right, I'm gonna give it a shot here. So I'm looking around the room right here, and I see a bunch of survivors. I see a lot of resilience in this room. I think a lot of folks here started their journeys with us, whether it's Laney, Merritt, BCC, or College of Alameda, during a pandemic, yeah? I'm gonna show of hands here. How many people here took a class with us at the Peralta Community College District during the global pandemic, COVID-19? Let me see some hands up there. Right? So you survived something very significant that I think is invisibilized and not spoken about a lot, right? I'm from the Department of Ethnic Studies, and so, we do things like teach concepts like racialization. So if you've taken a class with us in ethnic studies, you kind of know that the concept of racialization is to attribute racial qualities to an action, an object, or an event. And so a lot of you rose from a pandemic that was racialized as Asian American, right? And so a lot of you survived something very significant that we don't really speak about anymore. When we reopened, a lot of you survived and woke to, right, a society where the violence against Asian Americans was escalated, yeah? And then even locally at our colleges, I want to give you share a story with you. A couple of weeks ago, I was asked to speak at one of our sister colleges, and they introduced me. They said, "This is Roger. He's faculty at Laney College. He's a Vietnamese American professor. Got some Vietnamese folks in the room, right? My bad, my ao yai at the cleaners. I'm sorry about that, all right? And I asked them, I said, everyone get on their phones and I want you to Google, right? Laney, the college that I work at, and Vietnamese. What do you think is the #1 hit when you Google Laney and Vietnamese? Don't do it. What do you think the #1 hit is? And I think this hit, signifies kind of what your journey was like, right? Invisible, with resilience, surviving. The #1 Google hit is Laney College professor asked Vietnamese student to anglicize her name. Yeah? And I'm looking at this room and I'm feeling like y'all are gonna be able to change those headlines for us. What do y'all think? Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, we go. That's what I'm talking about. So, for my special keynotes, I've prepared Professor Rogers' 2034, this is 10 years from now, all right? 2034 top 10 trending Asian American news headlines. Y'all ready for these 10? All right, let me see what I got here. All right, number 10. This is a big one right here. I really need this one to happen. Korean adoptee ascends to the position of chancellor at the Peralta Community Colleges. Oh, wait, no, hold on, that one happened. Hold on, that one happened. Let me cross into that real quick. All right, that was earlier than expected, but really grateful. All right, that's shout out to Tamil. There's gonna be our next speaker, all right? Let me edit this. Professor Rogers, 2034, top 9 trending American news headlines. All right, here we go. Number 9. Former Merritt College student uses training in health sciences to return to Nepal and serve as director of ministry and population. Yeah, there you go. Shout out Nepal. All right. Number 8. Former Laney College football star of Tongan descent returns to coach the Eagles. Experience documented in Netflix miniseries entitled First Chance U. There we go, yeah, shout out to my Tongan folks out there. All right. Number 7, Japanese-American architect develops plan to add 15 stories to the Berkeley City College campus to become tallest building in city. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Take that, UC Berkeley, I know. College of Alameda alum wins Pulitzer Prize for novel exploring Sri Lankan immigration to the United States. Oh, which one of y'all are that? Yeah. Number 5, child of Mian refugees develops vaccine for COVID-20. Thanks biomanufacturing faculty at Laney College for not dropping them 10 years ago. Man, again, COVID-20. All right. Number 4, Chinese Vietnamese Merritt College CIS alum receives venture capital dollars for tech startup to defend academia against artificial intelligence megacorporation ChatGPT. Shout out Merritt in math and science. All right, number 3. After receiving PhD from Stanford, Mongolian-American Berkeley City College graduate returns to alma mater to launch first ever Mongolian language class. Yeah, it's coming. Number 2, Cambodian-American Peralta student trustee wins MacArthur Prize for innovative programming in healing Asian-Black relationships in East Oakland. Thank you, trustee, my Khmer trustee, yeah. All right. One more. Can I get a little table drum roll? Let me get a little table drum roll. Yeah, thank you. I don't see no drum roll in the back. All right, there we go. All right. My number 1 prediction for 2034 from the folks in this room. College of Alameda Auto Tech graduate to star in the Fast and the Furious 20, Fast Forever. Thanks, Filipino grandmother, for inspiration. Shout out to Lola. So we have really high hopes for folks in the room. We're so proud of you. We think that your journey is one of resilience, survivorship, and inspiration. And we look forward to you changing all of these new headlines in the next 10 years. And so congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roger. That's awesome. Thank you. I'd like to ask our host, the president of Merritt College, to come up.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? Good. It's my honor and pleasure to present to some and introduce to others our Chancellor of Peralta Community College District, Dr. Tamil Gilkerson. And I just want to echo something which is kind of a theme for the night, I think, and that's that representation really does matter. She is a trailblazer in that sense. It's consistent with who she's been and who she will continue to be in terms of leading this district forward. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Tamil Gilkerson.
Hello. Okay, let's see. What an honor to be here today celebrating the inaugural Asian American and Pacific Islander graduation at the Peralta Community College District. I really want to thank you, Dr. Johnson, for the warm welcome. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge the Planning Committee for this amazing effort. This is the first, y'all, like the first. And your efforts, I heard people were sewing late into the night, the stoles, like into the early morning, doing all of the, do you see the embellishments, the thoughtfulness, everything that's happened? This is a vision that they had to celebrate y'all, to celebrate you and your academic accomplishments, strength, and the diversity of our Asian American and Pacific Islander student community, and our 4 outstanding colleges: Berkeley City, Alameda, Laney, and Merritt. Oh. So I really want to thank, can we have this planning committee stand up again, please? Thank you. I want to acknowledge, it was not acknowledged before, our vice president of the board of the Peralta Community College District, Lewis Quinlan, who's here, former faculty member supporting you all tonight, and the college and district leadership who are here to celebrate alongside you. Could I have folks who are working at our colleges, please, and the district office, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I like that over there. So graduates, it's such a privilege to address you today as we celebrate the near completion of your studies, the major milestone on your academic journeys. To be standing in front of you dressed in traditional clothing of the Korean people, I'm especially grateful for the people in my life who have supported me in my relationship to cultural traditions that I have limited exposure to because of my upbringing. And so I want to thank Amy Lee publicly for her support. The gift of this hanbok really symbolizes for me the pride, tradition, and responsibility of being identified as an Asian American leader in the community. The other day, I was standing in the district office. So it's the office that we have down across from Laney College. And someone said to me, standing in the lobby, "You are the first Asian chancellor in our district. I am so proud." I was simultaneously touched by the excitement, filled with the responsibility, and reflective about what it means to be the first Asian chancellor of the Peralta Community College District in the 60-year history. It reminded me of the amazing exhibit the Laney College Library hosted many years ago when I was the president Laney. Looking at Chinese American women's history through the legal cases fought in the United States, documenting the struggle of these women who fought for equal treatment in the eyes of the law for citizenship, immigration rights, and the rights to equal access to public education. And it inspired me and reminded me of the great capacity people have despite what is said or believed about them. Immoral, over-sexualized, prostitutes, laborers, the list goes on. And still, unfortunately, exists today, and you know this. In 1882, we had a president sign the Chinese Exclusion Act, the first law implemented to prevent a specific ethnic group from immigrating to the United States, and today we see a similar history repeating itself with the continued rise of anti-Asian hate crimes, bullying, name-calling, spitting, and derogatory characterizations of our community. And I think Professor Chung so aptly talked about the rise of these things sort of, and that dislocation of the quiet thing that happens during the pandemic. While I, as a leader, can be frustrated by the civic, social, and economic climate that is prevalent today, words of an important American revolutionary, Grace Lee Boggs, who believed that our evolution is not linear, calls to me. So our evolution is not linear. I mean, it doesn't go like this, y'all, right? And you know this, my graduates and families who are here. Grace Lee Boggs, for those of you who don't know, was a prominent human rights activist who dedicated 7 decades of her life to various causes as civil rights, labor, feminism, and environmentalism. Born in 1915 in Providence, Rhode Island, she was raised in Jackson Heights, Queens by her father, who owned a restaurant, and her mother, who was a strong feminist influence despite being illiterate in English. A brilliant scholar, Boggs enrolled at Barnard College at 16 years old, graduating in 1935 with a degree in philosophy, and later earned a doctorate from Bryn Mawr College in 1940. Influenced by philosophers like Kant and Hegel, she was inspired to combat inequities and discrimination in the United States. Boggs began her activism in the 1940s, organizing protests against slum housing in Chicago. Slum housing still exists today in our communities. We know this, right? Where she worked at a library. So she was working at a library and organizing at the same time. Her journey led her through various ideological currents, from engagement with communist philosophy to involvement with figures like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Ultimately, she developed her own approach to social change, emphasizing community organizing and moral renewal rather than political upheaval. Throughout her life, Grace Lee Boggs remained committed to her vision of revolutionary. In her 1998 memoir, Living for Change, Grace wrote, "Reality is constantly changing, and we must be wary of becoming stuck in ideas that have come out of the past experiences and have lost their usefulness in the struggle to create the future." Does that make sense? Like, it's good to know the history and to know those things, but we can't be stuck in those, right, as we begin to change and imagine what we have for the next generation, the next day, the next thing. Like Boggs and the amazing women detailed in the exhibit that I saw at Laney many years ago, they never lost their optimism about the possibility of change. And viewing the exhibit reminded me of the incredible progress that has been made by the tenacity of seemingly ordinary people, and that today Chinese American women and other Asian Americans are serving in positions of leadership in this community. The umbrella of Asian American and Pacific Islander encompasses more than 48 ethnicities, 300 spoken languages, various socioeconomic statuses, immigration histories, cultures, and religions. As I look at you graduates, I am reminded of the inherent beauty and intelligence, tenacity and creativity each of you possess, and the transformative power of education. And as Grace Lee Boggs once said, revolution is about something deeper within the human experience. The ability to transform, is to transform the world. Today is more than a celebration of your academic achievements and accomplishments, but a recognition of the beauty, diversity, and richness in the Asian and Pacific Islander diaspora. Graduates, no matter what is calling you next, know that you are meeting that call with the knowledge, skills, and experiences you've gained at your time at Berkeley City, Alameda, Laney, and Merritt colleges. Never forget the power you possess to transform your own lives and that of your family, your community. What you are doing is forging a path for generations to come. And on those days, and I have them, I don't know if you will, but on those days when you may be weary or questioning, or people may be boxing you into what you should be, right? They think you should be something. Look no further than the view. Turn and look at the view. You see that view? That's a view. Look no further than that view right there, and remember this. The ocean does not apologize for its depth, and the mountains do not seek forgiveness for the space they take, and so neither shall I. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you so much. Now can we have the president of College of Alameda, Pam Luster, join us, please.
Thank you so very much. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be here with you, and I know the reason you're here is for all of you, so I will keep this short and sweet. What I want to do is say that in the brief time that I've been at College of Alameda and in the Peralta District, the one word that comes to me all the time is ohana, is family. And I hope that all of you have felt the love as students in Peralta, and particularly, of course, at College of Alameda, because that's what I hear from people all the time, that they are honored to be part of this broader family. So on behalf of College of Alameda, of our administrative staff, classified professionals, and faculty, congratulations, graduates. We are so incredibly proud of you and really honored to be here tonight to honor all of you. And don't forget, you have another stage to cross. So we hope to see you at graduation. Thank you so very much.
Just in time, Dr. Richardson, president of Berkeley City College.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. It is my great honor to bring greetings on behalf of Berkeley City College. Today, we step away from the important work of teaching and learning to celebrate the success of our Asian American and Pacific Islander graduates. And I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude and admiration for what you all have accomplished. I am also deeply appreciative to those of you who have supported you on this journey. Parents, grandparents, siblings, extended family members. Your success has been possible because of their vision and their sacrifice. This graduation is not simply a ceremony marking the milestone of earning your certificate or degree. It is a public acknowledgement of your determination, hard work, and resilience. We also recognize that there are challenges that are specific to your unique identities, challenges that may have compromised your sense of comfort and your sense of safety, and that of your respective communities. Yet you have persevered, remained focused, and you have succeeded in achieving your goal. You've also contributed to the success of our college in profound ways. Your engagement in campus surveys and participatory governance has helped us stay focused not only on being inclusive, but celebratory of our rich campus diversity. Your feedback has informed more Your feedback has supported more informed institutional planning, and your engagement in student government and clubs has made us a more rich and vibrant campus community, and we thank you for that. Now I encourage you to bask in this moment. Tuck this feeling that you have right now away in your most cherished memories and revisit these moments as proof that you finish what you start and that you have mastered the art of making dreams a reality. Congratulations, and know that your BCC community will always be here for you, cheering you on as you continue your journey and reach for the stars. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Rudy Besikoff, President of Laney College.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Good afternoon, everybody. Graduates, how are you doing? All right, well, I first want to say congratulations, and of course, the congratulations go to you, our graduates, but let's just take a moment. If you're a family member of a graduate, a friend, or a supporter, stand up. Come on. Come on. Graduates, give them a hand. Indeed, today is the day, graduates, for you to celebrate yourself, but also, this is a time to thank those along the way who have supported you. Also, to the many Peralta colleagues in the room, I join you in just smiling as we see this milestone, this moment of accomplishment that we see among our students, and I think it's great that we're coming together. And just thinking about this great month of heritage that is May, I actually did a little reading, and I found something from somebody you might know, Joseph Biden, our president. And talking about where we need to go, he said this: hate must have no safe harbor in America. And I think, when I think about some of our shining leaders, someone who, like our chancellor, embodies her ethos through actions in teaching diversity, in teaching acceptance, in teaching celebration of who we are. And I think about how that is mirrored in great communities such as Oakland Chinatown and Little Saigon, communities that have been friends to Laney College, inviting us not just to attend great celebrations like the Lunar New Year, but to actually participate. There's hope ahead, and I really feel assured that our Peralta colleges and our communities will continue to forge ahead collaboratively to maintain this guiding principle that being together is what we all need. Graduates, this is a time where I guess I'll just say this to you, something to think about. Today's not a destination, it's a milestone in your journey. And whether it's fun or whether it's tough or whether it's frustrating, I encourage you to always enjoy the journey. And remember that success, it's not the end result that is success, but it's the things you learn along the way that define your success. And as you think about that, and as you have those moments of learning, I charge you to pay it forward. Think about the graduates of tomorrow. Be a mentor. Be a support. Those are things that will define you. And in lifting those people up, you'll find you're lifting yourself up as well. And that's one of the greatest feelings. So in closing, I just want to share a fabulous quote from Bruce Lee that I found. Choose the positive. You have the choice. You are the master of your attitude. Choose the positive, the constructive. Optimism is a faith that leads to success. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, college presidents. Please, another round of applause, because they are our leaders, they are our supporters, they are our mentors, they are our motivation to achieve. So thank you so much for your words of wisdom and your encouragement. My name is Pumi Sayevong. I am from Berkeley City College. I'm the senior researcher at the college. And with me, I have a special student from Laney College. What is your name?
My name is Savia Chang. I'm from Laney College.
Oh, okay. Before we move on to the next segment, we would love to have the president of Merritt College, David Johnson. He is the host.
I thought I was getting away without having to say anything. So one of the things about going last is that everybody says all the things that you wanted to say. But one thing I did want to point out is this is an historic evening. It's the first, right? It's not going to be the last. I think that we need to reflect upon the moment that we have in terms of this was a long time coming, right? We should have been done this, okay? But as my granny used to say, it's never too late to do the right thing. So we're doing that tonight. And I'm going to turn it back over because I know we have a performance coming up. So let's get to it.
Hello and good evening, everyone. It is my great pleasure to announce the student speaker for Merritt College, Mr. Steve Ma.
I think I'll be fine. All right. All right. Thank you all for coming today for this very special, wonderful occasion of AAPI graduation. And forgive me, I'm this really first time my whole life I'm on stage. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you all so much for your wonderful support. So good evening, honored guests, faculty, fellow graduates, and families. Today we are gathered to celebrate the incredible journey that has brought us to this moment. As Asian American and Pacific Islander graduates, we carry with us the rich tapestry of our cultures, traditions, and fortitude of resilience. First and foremost, let us express our deepest gratitude. We thank our families who sacrifice so much for us to provide for us with opportunities. We thank our professors, mentors, and faculty, staff, and librarians who guided us through the late nights of studying and inspired us to dream us big, to supporting us on the very wonderful, beloved campuses that we call Merritt College our home, alongside with Laney, COA, College of Alameda, and Berkeley City College. Our shared experiences as AAPI individuals has shaped us in unique ways. We've navigated the complexities of identity, bridging the gap between our heritage and the world around us. We overcome the stereotypes, shattered glass ceilings, and proved that our voices matter. Each of us has a story of resilience, determination, and triumph. Now let's strike a balance between humor and wisdom. Remember the time that you pulled an all-nighter for the final exam, or the time when you accidentally set off the fire alarm while cooking your favorite dish? Yeah, these moments really remind us that life is a blend of seriousness and laughter. As we step into the next chapter, let's carry both with us. Our journey doesn't end here. We are not just graduates, we are trailblazers and pioneers. We're the doctors, thank you. We're the doctors, engineers, artists, public civil servants, commissioned service members, community leaders of tomorrow, and just so many other countless diverse occupations. Let's continue to uplift one another, advocate for greater social justices for all, diverse political, social battlefronts, and create spaces where everyone feels seen and heard. Our roots around us, but our dreams propel us forward. In closing, remember that you are more than your degree. You're the force, a force of change. And for for compassion and for progress. As we toss our caps into the air, let us celebrate not only our accomplishments, but also the promise of what lies ahead. Congratulations, AAPI graduates. May your journey be as vibrant as the colors of our diverse cultures together. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. How are you all feeling tonight? Great. I like the vibe. Okay. It's my great honor to introduce our student speaker from Laney College. This student is amazing. She's been part of the APAS program, so I want to introduce Pempa Negi, if you don't mind coming up here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am a Tibetan mother. We call Tachi Delik for the greeting. I would like to thank you for everyone, each and every one, especially people who work behind the scene and the Peralta Community College. I'm here. Thank you for the opportunity. I was reading back of the pamphlet. It says, chasing a dream requires effort, passion, and hard work. Keep it and continues to active. So here I am Pempa Negi, and I am CNA Certified Nursing Assistant professionally, and providing a compassion care for the elderly and spread breast cancer awareness within my community. Alongside my nursing work, I've been serving as president, one of the Children Education Development Society, last 23 years. So I recently completed my association degree, sociology from Laney College, and I am currently pursuing a study in UC Berkeley as a social welfare. Thank you. I am passionate about the arts and hold an association degree in the field from Laney College, as I firmly believe that creativity can inspire positive change. My journey is driven by commitment to service and desire to make a meaningful impact in my community and the people who I cross with. So I would like to say thanks again for each and every one. I want to say thank you, my kids. They're the one who push me so hard and give me a space and encourage me every time, and they give me really time for them. So I really want to thank you for them, and Peralta College and the Laney College. Thank you for accepting me since 2019. You guys are the who put me value in my life, who really taught me what I am, who I am. And thank you for the APAS, Laney College. Sharon is my counselor. She helped me along the side for my journey from Laney College to the UC Berkeley. I really want to say thank you for each and every one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Julie Seichow and I'm a counselor at College of Alameda. It is my pleasure to welcome the College of Alameda speaker for today. His name is Denny Ika. He's our speaker for College of Alameda, but I just want to point out that he's getting 10 certificate and degrees from College of Alameda, Laney College, and Merritt College. So.
I guess I'll represent the PI part of this program. Sorry. It's not a long walk, but it feels kind of tiring and catch my breath. All right. Restless nights and sleepy mornings have carried us from semester to semester. Our will and determination to succeed has led us to the steps of walking the stage. With that, I say, Malolele and congratulations to my fellow peers. My journey back to school started at a pickup game of basketball. I was surrounded by a bunch of D1 athletes, so I knew I had to make my presence known as the regular Joe on the court. It was game point and the ball ended up in my hands. A decision needed to be made. Do I pass the ball or do I take the shot? My next move determines if my team wins or loses. Well, long story short, I didn't leave a winner or a loser that night, but I did leave injured. I ended up with a ruptured patellar tendon and went through surgery that same week. My regular schedule of getting up and going to work in the morning turned into waking up and staring at the ceilings for hours and hours. A month after surgery, I started physical therapy, and it was there the conversation about pursuing higher education began with my physical therapist. I told her once I get better, I was gonna get a second job. Since the injury, I realized all the time I had in my hand. She replied, "Since you like being active, why don't you should look into taking a class about studying the body." I came home and talked to my brother about considering taking classes over getting a second job. That night, he enrolled me into classes for the following semester, and I haven't looked back since. I had the typical first day jitters when I stepped foot in the classroom. I had this preconceived notion that everyone in the class was far more advanced than me, and I could always drop out. I failed myself before the teacher could fail me. Then the thought came to mind, see it through. If I'm going to fail, fail trying. Standing before you all tonight, I'm proud to say that I've succeeded thus far. The success that I've been blessed with isn't by my work alone. I'd be foolish not to acknowledge the shoulders that I've leaned on and at times stepped on so that I can see further. Ancient Tongans traveled in groups in the oceans in their boats known as waka. When a waka would need assistance, it would call out for help. Individuals would reach out and grab the hama, known as an outrigger on the waka, pulling it close. Then they would share their resources from waka to waka. From this comes the Tongan saying, "Piki piki hama kai vai vai manava," which translates to binding to the outrigger and sharing breath of life. I've reached out countless times to the surrounding waka in my ocean of support, and they, without fail, have shared breath of life to encourage me to stay the course. To my family and friends, Maloe Ofa, without your influence in my life, my waka would have capsized long before my journey had begun. Muhammad Ali shared this statement, "I hated every minute of training, but I said don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." What a perfect description of our academic journey. We hated every minute of studying, but we said don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of our lives as graduates in class of 2024. Thank you.
Good evening. So my name is Christina Tang. I'm from Berkeley City College, a counselor with Society of Scholars. And I have the pleasure of introducing Ms. Jennifer Fong, one of our first founding members of AA Lead Club and president.
First, I'd like to thank all of you for being here to celebrate my fellow graduates and each of their extraordinary accomplishments. My name is Jennifer Fong, and this semester I'll be completing my third year with Berkeley City College and the Peralta Community College District. I'd like to begin by sharing a little bit about my connection with and appreciation for Peralta, which ultimately began with my mother. My mother immigrated to the United States when she was a young adult, having little to nothing and knowing little to no English. Even so, she eagerly began her journey at Peralta in order to learn English as a second language and simultaneously study to become a registered nurse. 2 years later, she earned her associate's degree in nursing, fulfilling her passion for helping others. In doing so, she overcame an overwhelming number of obstacles, barriers, and challenges. To this day, she continues to be my inspiration, and I have so much admiration for her and for those with stories much like hers. Recently, I decided to follow in her academic footsteps, and after graduating from the Health Academy at Oakland Technical High School, I began my own journey at Berkeley City College in order to pursue a career in pediatric nursing. There, I found such a warm and welcoming community with the Society of Scholars and AAPI learning community. Venturing outside of my comfort zone, I became the president of the AAPI Lead Club, where I had the opportunity to meet and interact with BCC's ever-growing community of students, staff, faculty, and administrators. Together, we celebrated the cultural diversity of the AAPI community, honoring a variety of holidays and traditions. I'm so thankful to have had all of these opportunities and experiences that I will continue to cherish. In the fall, I will be transferring into a Bachelor of Science in Nursing program, and I truly believe that I couldn't have accomplished any of this without first attending BCC and Peralta. All in all, I'd like to thank Christina, Susan, John, and Izzy for their unwavering support, as well as my friends and family. I'd also like to congratulate my fellow graduates and commend each of you for taking on your own unique journeys. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
And for the moment you've all been waiting for, the award of your certificates. Okay, Laney College is first.
Can all the Laney graduates line up here on the right side? Ikra Aka. Okay, that's how we're doing it. Okay. Okay. Wait. You can come here. I have Nang Ting Ting San. Perry Pay. We have Rita Chin. Get out. I feel like I'm like in the picture. Hui Shu Strong. We have Pempa Neji.
All right, Chancellor Gilkerson would love for all the graduates to meet her up here in the front. Yeah, head to the front. We're gonna take a great group picture. Any graduates who are still here, please make your way up to the front and have join the group picture. We have more graduates. There are more graduates. Come on up. Come on up. Okay, now it looks like a graduation. All right, congratulations. Everyone, have a great night, have a great weekend.
Thanks,